so worth it. This is one of the best sunsets we've ever seen. Cheers to one of the best days yet.
Good morning from Uyuni, Bolivia. We caught a VIP bus here a couple of days ago and haven't really seen anything except the inside of this hotel room.
But that changes now. Today we are taking a full day tour to see the world's largest salt flats.
It is such a dry desert out here. There are countless different tours you can choose from to go and see the Uyuni salt flats. We've picked one that should allow us to see pretty much everything in a single day. We're gonna see the train cemetery, we're gonna see a salt factory and a cactus valley. We haven't really done too much research, so it's gonna be a bit surprising for us, but should be fun.
I'm super excited. This is one of those bucket list items, and I know we're not here at the prime time to see the perfect mirror effect, but apparently there is still water out there, and we should get to see some unique landscapes.
It's meant to be a tour of maximum of 6 people. I don't see anyone else so far, so might be fun.
Hello. Puppies. It is crazy to me how cold it is here. If you were to just look outside, it is blue sky, it's not a cloud in the sky, but I think I have to put my jumper on before even getting picked up. They told us it gets really cold tonight when we're watching sunset, so we also have our Mac packs. I'm kind of worried that won't be enough either. As we came out to wait for the tour, the 2 people that work at this hotel that we're staying at got in separate cars and left. So now there's no one to ask. It's about 10 minutes past when we were meant to get picked up.
3 people with us.
Okay.
We get back.
They're already at the train cemetery.
What?
So I think maybe the hotel forgot to mention that we booked on.
We're gonna see the process, how the family is working by side. Yeah, the first stop we call the train cemetery.
We had every intention of flying the drone here, but it is so windy. I would lose the drone in a second. But we did learn that these trains were brought here back in the early 19th century because Uyuni meant the meeting place, and it was gonna be effectively a central hub and connect all of South America. They had a few disagreements with their neighbors, and apparently the train companies thought it was more financially prudent to just leave the trains out here in rust.
There's over 100 trains out here, just gone to bits, and you're allowed to climb all over them as well. It is so cool. We only have a quick 15 minutes here though, because there was a bit of a mess up with the hotel telling the tour company that we had booked on, so we're gonna run around and grab as many photos as we can. Step 1.
Very cool.
Look at this! Oh, this is crazy. I can't believe you're just allowed to climb on whatever you want. It's like this sense of mischievousness is unlocked on you that makes it so much fun, because it's allowed, but it feels like it really shouldn't be, because it's all rusty little knobs and there's probably bits you could cut yourself on pretty easily. But it's still so much fun. But we gotta go because the next stop awaits.
25-minute drive to the next place, and we're not alone.
smells.
We've made it to our second stop. It is effectively a small, very, very dusty souvenir town, and Emily's already started trying to shop for our niece, even though we don't know if we're even getting back to Australia. So how are we going to bring stuff back to Australia?
We are. It's fine. What's holding me back from buying it is we have no money.
We also have no money, yeah.
But it turns out the second stop on the tour is lunch in a salt hotel.
And like from a distance, it just looks like white bricks, but when you go close,
I don't know. I feel like I knew they were salt, but I didn't know it was salt.
it's salt, man.
It's crazy. It's actual salt. I feel like it's all over my hands.
There's also cute dogs everywhere.
The best part about the whole salt place? Yeah.
We just had an awesome lunch. The walls were made of salt, the table was made of salt, and the seats were made of salt. We also had some Uuni salt to put on our lunch as well. Bellissimo. Now we're walking somewhere. I don't know what the next stop is.
Learning quite a lot about salt flats. So this town was originally built to pretty much exclusively mine the salt and export the salt. They used to have packs of llamas that would travel to different areas of South America and trade their salt for like maize and like meats and different things to survive on. Obviously now we have trains and buses and trucks, but they're still exporting salt. We also just learned that apparently these salt flats have 70% of the world's lithium.
Wrong.
What?
40% here, combined 80. The way it works here is basically they mine the salt. They only cut a little bit down to get a massive block, which then breaks down into bits like this. The next step is they take the salt and they put fire underneath, and it kills all the microbes, and it kills all the microbes within the salt. Then they add iodine to the salt, grind it all together, and it's ready for packaging. They basically have this little scoop to fill up the bags, and then they use fire to seal them. Very, very cute. Salt flats now, and instantly your depth perception is like gone. Everything looks really close but really far away. It feels like we've been driving towards this one pole for ages.
Hexagonal, really.
Really? What's crazy is when you do look into the distance, there's almost this mirage effect. So cars driving away look like they're floating away, and all of the islands sort of look like they're floating as well. We've come to a stop where the first ever salt hotel was, and there is a flag monument. Every flag that has been put here by a tourist. So if your flag isn't here, you have to come visit and bring a flag to add to the monument. There is one Australian flag, I think. Let's go find it. Very windy today. There's like a little lake, I don't know what to call this, a little square of water here. And it's so crazy because you can see the salt crystallizing. Look at that.
now we're gonna drive in direction of the island. It's around 45 minutes, close to 1 hour. You can take a nap.
We are not here during the prime time for the salt flat, which is when it's rainy season and there's a thin layer of water that just makes it the biggest mirror in the entire world. But what's really unique during the dry season, the salt contracts and fragments into this like really unique otherworldly hexagonal pattern. It almost looks like reptile skin. That's the only way I can picture it now. And I think my brain keeps thinking it's snow until we hop out and it's like dry and grippy. It's so cool.
Yeah, wow, this is definitely the coolest stop so far. You can really see the hexagonal like shapes in the salt. Man, it's cool.
It's blindingly white though.
It's also crazy. If I didn't find these in the sand in Huacachina, I'd be cooked. Honestly, even holding this camera out in front of us, it's the only thing on the horizon and it cuts through perfectly. It's a pretty cool place. It's incredible to me how many people were at that flag stop. There were tourists everywhere. Like you couldn't even breathe. But then you come out here, I guess 10,000 square kilometers is pretty big, but we are completely alone for as far as you can see.
It's now time for what I might have been looking forward to the most out of this entire tour. We're going to take forced perspective photos.
Just taking photos here.
The best day. It is going so fast. When we worked out that this was a 9-hour tour, I was a little bit worried about exhaustion, but it is going like that. I think it's already almost 3.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Ready to run as fast as you can?
Yeah, as fast as I can.
Yep, go.
This has absolutely no right being this fun. Had the time of my life. We've been out here for like an hour taking photos. Literally an hour in the heat, but taking those photos, so much fun. We have been driving for what, 45 minutes? Just through vast nothingness. And then all of a sudden, Cactus Island pops up. This island is just full of cactuses and apparently they grow at 1 centimeter per year. So these 6-meter tall ones are 600 years old. As if this place didn't look like another planet already, having this here just looks mind-blowing. It costs 30 bolivianos to be able to climb through into the top. We're gonna skip that today, partly because we can't be bothered, partly because we don't have any bolivianos left.
So the story goes that back in the day, when the local people needed to traverse across the salt flats, it was obviously incredibly hard, but they had this island. So this was used as like a refuge for people that were doing these long crossings.
Wow.
and everything around it is salt because it was water. But this island was also completely underwater. So everything on there is coral.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Look at you, Jordan with the facts. The shape of some of these cacti are nuts. One cool fact is that you can't actually come out here during the rainy season because you have to drive so slow through the water. It would take 6 hours round trip to come out here, so they just don't have time to do it. So one of the benefits to coming in dry season, you get to see this awesome island.
I think this is our last stop before we try and find a nice place for sunset.
I'm so excited for sunset.
Yeah, it should be really nice.
It's the one spot I think we're going to is the only place within the area as well that still has water.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't even hear that.
Yeah.
Hope so. Sunset time.
There isn't much water, but it is still reflecting a lot. Now this is a pretty special sunset spot.
This is probably top 10 prettiest sights I've ever seen. Even with all the people, it's amazing. This apparently is the world's largest mirror in the wet season because it is just reflective for the entire 10,000 kilometers or whatever crazy measurement this thing is. Gonna have to get the drone up.
This is nuts. It's like a perfect golden sun. Then the salt flats have all gone this gorgeous blue color and the mountains all in the background and all the clouds are reflecting as well. It is beautiful. Top 10 sunsets easy.
Yeah.
Even though my feet are wet. I think we were meant to get gumboots, but we didn't, so my socks are officially wet, but it is so worth it. This is one of the best sunsets we've ever seen. I know it's not the pristine conditions, the best of the best, but it is still beautiful. And they have a little snack and wine selection for us. What a day!
Cheers.
Now that's a dreamy glass of wine.
What day trip wouldn't be complete without a red wine?
Cheers to one of the best days yet.
Salt.
Did it look like snow?
Nope. To go and see the Uuni.
Is it blue squat? Some of them look a little bit sexual.